Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Beijing Press, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrived in Beijing on Wednesday with President Donald Trump, despite being under Chinese sanctions. China, which had previously sanctioned Rubio twice during his tenure as a U.S. Senator for his strong stance on human rights, including issues in Xinjiang and Hong Kong, found a diplomatic workaround. The Chinese government and official media began transliterating the first syllable of his surname with a different Chinese character for Lu, shortly before he took office in January 2025. This change was reportedly seen by diplomats as an immediate way for China to avoid implementing its entry ban against him. The visit marks Rubio's first to China, accompanying Trump, who is the first U.S. president to visit the nation in nearly a decade. While Rubio fiercely opposed China as a senator, he has since supported Trump's focus on trade relations with President Xi Jinping, though he did affirm the administration would not negotiate Taiwan's future for a trade deal. Al Jazeera reports that at least 8 people, including 2 children, were killed in 3 Israeli drone strikes targeting cars on a major highway in Jiyeh, approximately 20 kilometers south of Beirut, Lebanon. The attacks, which severely damaged the vehicles, highlight the escalating conflict in the region. Lebanon's Ministry of Health confirmed the fatalities. These strikes occurred just as Lebanon and Israel were expected to hold direct negotiations in Washington, brokered by the United States. Talks which Hezbollah opposes. The Israeli military has also been issuing daily forced displacement orders for residents in southern Lebanese villages, warning them to move 1,000 meters away for their safety. An Al Jazeera correspondent noted that these orders affect vital infrastructure, including one of the few remaining hospitals in the Tyre district, a lifeline for the estimated 100,000 people still living there. The ongoing conflict has caused a growing humanitarian crisis, with over 1 million people displaced and more than 2,800 deaths since March 3rd, including 108 emergency medical and healthcare workers. An explosion at a fireworks plant in China's central Hunan province killed at least 26 people and injured 61 others, authorities reported Tuesday, according to NBC News. The blast occurred Monday afternoon at the Huasheng Fireworks Manufacturing and Display Wet in Luoyang, a city known for fireworks production. Search and rescue operations are largely complete, but verifying casualties and identifying victims is ongoing. Nearly 500 rescuers were deployed, and residents in danger zones were evacuated due to risks from nearby black powder warehouses. Authorities are investigating the cause, and police have detained the person in charge of the company. Chinese President Xi Jinping called for all-out efforts to find those unaccounted for, save the injured, swiftly investigate the cause, and pursue serious accountability. He also ordered strengthened public safety management and hazard control in key industries. Rescuers used spraying, humidification, and 3 robots to assist operations. This incident follows 2 other deadly fireworks shop explosions in China in February. 联合早报 reports that ahead of the anticipated U.S.-China summit, South Korean President Lee Jae-myung held separate meetings in Seoul with China's Vice Premier He Lifeng and U.S. Treasury Secretary Besant. This move highlights South Korea's strategy of pragmatic diplomacy amidst the complex relationship between the 2 global powers. During his meeting with Vice Premier He Lifeng, President Lee underscored the importance of strengthening Korea-China cooperation, expanding economic and trade exchanges, and establishing more stable cooperative mechanisms. He also expressed with support for the smooth progress of U.S.-China negotiations, recognizing their role in global development. Later, in discussions with Treasury Secretary Besant, Lee emphasized reinforcing economic and technological collaboration with the U.S., particularly in critical mineral supply chains and foreign exchange markets. He reaffirmed South Korea's investment commitments to the U.S. and advocated for expanding cooperation in strategic investment and economic security. The article notes Korean public concern that the upcoming U.S.-China summit's agenda does not prominently feature the North Korean nuclear issue, potentially signaling a de facto acceptance of North Korea's nuclear status and a diminished role for South Korea in peninsula affairs. CBS News reports that Lady Pachar, an Ecuadorian judge, was fatally shot while traveling by car to a gym in the southwestern city of Machala. Her two bodyguards were not with her when the incident occurred. According to a police source, Pachar had received threats and her killing is believed to be in retaliation for the release of gang members, an act described by Ecuador's judicial oversight body as a serious attack against justice and the rule of law in Ecuador. This incident occurred during a state of emergency declared by President Daniel Noboa to combat organized crime. Human Rights Watch states that at least 16 judges or prosecutors have been killed in Ecuador since 2022. Ecuador serves as a major transit point for cocaine produced in neighboring Colombia and Peru. Despite President Noboa's hardline policies, including deploying soldiers and launching raids, homicides in the country reached a record 9,216 violent deaths last year. U.S. forces have also been involved in joint missions to dismantle alleged narco-terrorist organizations like Los Choneros. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.